Hi, this is Jaya. In this video, we shall see the summary of Aunt Helen, a poem by T.S. Eliot. In this poem, T.S. Eliot mocks snobbery and double standards. He imagines the funeral of a middle class lady with failed notions of her own grandeur. He describes the location of his aunt, a maiden, suggesting she was proper, that is, she was too proper to marry a man. He may have had a formal or distant relationship with her. The aunt wanted to live in a fashionable area, but she didn't have quite enough money to afford it. And therefore, she was living in an area which was close to a fashionable area. And she was very grand or formal in her ways. While describing her funeral, Eliot says that she made very little impact either in heaven or among her neighbors. As she was a distant and snobbery woman who lived by rules, it is possible no one really mourned her death. People, abiding by the rules of good social behavior, they behaved in such a way when she died. But there was no expression of sorrow, and therefore the reaction is empty. Overall, it seems that she was self important but not important to anyone else. The death of this social snob was no big deal. That it was a common type of occurrence. It seemed Miss Slingsby cared only for her dogs, that she was not admired by him, that is Eliot. Miss Slingsby had no close relationship with any person. Rather, she cared about keeping up appearances. The parrot that died soon after was the only creature that depended on her or felt for her. Presumably, the parrot lived by imitating Miss Ling all its life, that faithfully the parrot performed a final act of imitating her by dying. The death of Miss Slingsby had no impact on society or the world, for the time continued fine without her, and there is no difference in standards between the old virgin who died and the lustful servants. Miss Slingsby's outlook on life and the rules were not relevant to anybody else. He had no respect for the maiden's aunt and her snobbish ways. She may have got people to keep her rules while she was alive, but she convinced no one to live by her dull and joyless standards. Now let's read the poem. Miss Helen Slingsby was my maiden aunt and lived in a small house near a fashionable square, cared for by servants to the number of 4. Now, when she died, there was silence in heaven and silence at the end of the street. The shutters were drawn and the undertaker wiped his feet. He was aware that this sort of thing had occurred before. The dogs were handsomely provided for, but shortly afterwards the parrot died too. The Dresden clock continued ticking on the mantelpiece, and the footman sat upon the dining table, holding the second housemaid on his knees, who had always been so careful while her mistress lived. And here ends the poem. If you have anything more to add on to what I've said, please do write it in the comment box, like the video, share it with your friends, and if you have not subscribed my channel, please subscribe and support. Thank you.